Working on getting my dumb stream live, and it doesn't want to go live. But here we are. Also, as a bonus, now I can probably actually hear you guys on Discord. Too many Christmas. Nothing's working.
I realised the other day, Eric, that when my microphone died, turns out my Discord defaults to the microphone on my webcam, which is about 6 feet away.
Yeah, and it sounds like total crap.
Yeah.
For sure.
We were doing a ride once, and one of our buddies was having trouble getting his microphone set up, and we could hardly hear him. But then we very, very clearly heard his flatulent. Like dead ringer. It had picked the microphone on his phone in his back pocket, in his jersey pocket. It was like, you might want to change microphones.
All right, let's see. We can get Facebook to cooperate. I decided I would try streaming there. Now it doesn't. Now it doesn't want to. You know you love it.
I can see that bad yellow beacon way off in the distance already. Clearly cheating by finishing half an hour before me.
I think that's always true, right? Somebody finishes before you, they were cheating?
Well, I mean, like, they put much less effort in than I have because I've been doing it for longer.
Exactly. So would that mean people who stop early are even more cheaterist?
That's exactly how it works.
Asking for a friend.
All right, we're getting there. My whole group's riding away without me.
I know that feeling.
All right.
Eric, I can't remember if I mentioned, but I turned on 100% draft power ups.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Okay, good.
My friend thanks you.
Just realized one of my play controllers is turned off. I can steer right.
Well, better than being able to steer wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good thing I only turned that one off. Huh? First person view is definitely the way to go today. All the bobbleheads.
Yeah.
Get the fan turned on.
I never get the people that can coffee stop inside 30 minutes. I know, like, when we first rolled it out, it included your time and the pen, but I thought that got fixed. So, I had no idea.
Cheaters, flag them.
Yeah.
Make sure I have steering. Steering to the right. Steering to the left. Oh yeah. All right, we're gonna catch that front group. Massive pack of Zinners. Let's see.
Well, I'm in position, I can't see how many we've got in total, but I'm at position 153. So we're bigger than last week.
214 have joined.
Yep.
Nice.
According to my thing. But then it says plus 130 more in the group at the bottom.
Mine says plus 176 more.
Really?
And I'm right next to you.
Interesting.
I think the big number that I still can't read is the number of people that joined.
Yeah, the top number is the total number who've popped into the ride, even if they've left.
Yeah.
Bottom number is how many, it should be, in theory, how many are actually still in the ride.
Yeah.
But I don't know why mine only shows 131.
Who knows?
Maybe maybe that could be affected by processing power. I don't know. Like, it's just ignoring.
You saying you got more processing power than me, Wagner? Is this you strutting your stuff?
I mean, I got to try to pretend that I win somehow. Make up excuses. With my 8-year-old computer, or 7-year-old computer, definitely, obviously.
The group's just a pile of bobbleheads now. We merged with the front. Got
Well done.
100 riders, 98 according to Sauce.
Expecting you to set PR on your final lap, Eric.
Whew, I thought about that. I thought we're gonna do a final challenge this week. We'll see how I feel on the final lap. That's a long lap.
It really is.
Hey, Kim Little's here.
Hey.
Hey.
I have to admit, the unlocks really motivated me today.
You're not motivated today. It's any consolation, I'm not either, nor was I last week. I'm only here due to bullying.
So here's something interesting. Last week, so we did this ride on Thursday, and then on Saturday, by a strange course of scheduling snafus, I ended up riding Saturday afternoon, joining the Jet 100K. I think they call it 100K endurance ride, which really isn't what it was, because they were on the Triple Loops course, newer route that includes Jarvis, and every sprint and KOM segment they had a contest. So every lap there's like there's 2 sprints and 2 KOMs. Jarvis KOM and Hilly reverse, and then 2 sprints.
That's just how much lower the in-between effort was for them compared to you.
I think so. Anyway, like half an hour into that ride, I'm thinking, there's no way I'm going to survive this for 100K, because on Thursdays, last week's ride, this ride, I averaged like 207 watts. Basically right at 2.5 watts per kilo. But by the end, my legs, I mean, I could feel it. Like my legs were on the edge of cramping. It just wasn't great. Heart rate was pretty high. So Saturday ride rolls around. Half hour in, I'm averaging 230. And I'm like, oh, there's no way I can hold this, but I'll just keep going until I drop out. About an hour in, it's like a switch flips. And all of a sudden, I'm feeling fine. And I did the whole 100K, averaged 227. And my legs felt better at the end of that than they did at the end of Thursday.
By switch flipped, he means my profile changed on the fly.
Yeah, I lost 50 pounds and 30 centimeters. Anyway, I just thought it was really interesting.
Well, it is though, because actually, like, if you go and do a ride and you set yourself to do it at a certain pace, even if that pace is really slow, any increase midway through the ride feels really hard.
Yeah,
so
sure.
It's easier to go out harder and hold it than it is to try and do 2 paces inside the same ride.
That's true.
But
That's why I decided the first 20 minutes of this ride would be an FTP test.
Wagner's off the front again.
No, I'm off the back and doing an FTP test. That's more accurate.
Oh, man.
The blob looks ridiculous. This bobbling head.
it's brilliant. I love this stuff.
So I tested the big wheels yesterday, as James mentioned in the chat. I'm going to do a Zwift Insider post in the next few days about it, because I've never done speed tests for them. Found some interesting things. Two things I will note here. First is that this Tron big wheel lets you swap out your wheels. So, I mean, you have whatever wheels were on your road bike when you came in, basically, but the wheels matter. So having the DT Swiss disc, it gives you the same time advantage that it has with a road bike. So it's a good thing to have the good wheels. That's the first. Oh, but you can't swap wheels on the other big wheel, because Zwift has 2 big wheels. They have like the traditional plastic one, then they have this one. Traditional plastic one can't swap wheels out. So okay, that's the first thing. Second thing, I discovered the most ridiculous hack yet. Maybe. I'm calling it the riding in your garage hack. The garageception hack. I'm not sure what I'm calling it, clearly, but
Unsucky.
yeah. What I discovered is when you go into your garage, you just open the entry garage screen while you're riding. You're not going into the bike or the wheels. Just go into your garage. You can see that your avatar in game changes back to your rider on the bike that you were on, a normal bike. And the preview that it shows in the garage is you on a normal bike, not you on the big wheel. So I thought to myself, I wonder if that's changing the performance of my rider in game accordingly. So I did a test with my bot on the Venge S-Works with the fast wheels, with the garage open the whole time. And yeah, lo and behold, you get the performance of the Venge if you do that.
And other people still see you on the trike?
Now that's a good question. I don't know, because it was a solo test. We could find out right now. Here, I'll go into my garage. Can you see me, Wags? Are you ahead of me or behind me?
Oh, I'm clearly dropping you. Maybe the other way around. I'm a little bit behind right now.
A little bit behind. Well, you got to catch up. We got to, for science.
What did the dad tomato say to son tomato when he was falling behind? Turned around and smacked him and said, "Catch up."
Ryan Miller, good morning. Old Deadpool's in the chat. Watch it.
Oh dear.
Hide your kids, hide your wife.
They're tricking everyone up in here.
Can you see me yet, Wagner?
Yes, I can see your blue halo and your beacon.
All right, I'm going to go into the garage. The garage, as it were. Anything change?
Nope.
Nope.
Except you're dropping us. Just kidding.
Whee! Now, the other part of it is that it's not like a massive advantage because the big wheels aren't super slow. They're fairly slow, like they're some of the slowest frames. But not like you're riding a mountain bike or something.
My other thing I need to know, does the plastic frame survive the volcano?
Ooh. Well, we're going to have to test that in a future ride.
I need like millimeters of deflection measurements before and after the ride.
Yeah, because I know I've ridden the big wheel up the volcano. Maybe it was just down. There was a Zwift event where it swapped you to big wheels at the top of the volcano KOM.
Oh, that sounds like Chris Morrison tour would take this special.
Classic Chris Morrison.
Yeah, I need like tests at different speeds because there's different amounts of air cooling on the plastic, as well as just parking that baby right in the middle for differing amounts of time.
Fleming Beck is asking in Facebook, how are you seeing the draft number on screen? Well, it's not from Zwift. It's from Sauce for Zwift. Most common question I get asked in my videos. How do you have these extra numbers? I want the draft number. So Fleming,
I used source it entirely for
I've really?
Got, like the course map on my second screen, which is like 32-inch ultra wide. So I find that really handy. It's the only thing I use it for.
Yeah. So Fleming, if you Google Sauce for Zwift, you'll find an article from an incredibly useful website that details how it works. It only runs on PC and Mac, but
is that a really useful website? YouTube.com/.
Hey, you stop that! Hey, that's
Spam.
That's enough from you. Mute. Hey Siri, mute James Bailey.
I'm sorry, I only understand mutilate.
I got to put out the call for Discord once more, as tradition would have it. Although we have a pretty good crowd in here once again. But let's see here.
I mean, everyone's all talking at once, so I just can't go.
Speaking of spammy links, so I must be late to the party, but I realized this week that Strava decided to start stripping all URLs from comments.
Yep. And ride descriptions. And they went back historically and stripped everything in our past activities.
Wow.
Because nobody should ever talk about anything other than Strava. That would be heresy.
It's crazy, right? Like, you cannot link to anything in Strava. Yeah. What board member made that decision?
You know, it was probably some vulnerability on the server side or something that they just decided to eradicate. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, they were probably getting AI bots that were spamming comment messages. Who knows?
So I should probably say the following does not constitute a Zwift opinion. However, Strava seems to be making great gains in the community by having a really good community focus session. And then, like the last 3 months, they just made decisions that will like evaporate all of that good work and hard goodwill.
Yeah, which is kind of feels like what Strava. That's kind of Strava's MO.
It's like peaks and valleys.
It's 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Hopefully that's what it is.
Our business model is we're going to sell all your data to the cities. So screw you, we're just thinking about the cities. Oh wait, cities don't want to pay for it. We love our users.
Yeah.
We're going to do a lot of features for our users.
Got a different microphone this week.
Oh yeah.
Finally, I upgraded my 10-year-old blue snowball that had fallen off the table one too many times to a dynamic mic from whatchamacallit. Uh-oh, I forgot the brand already. Starts with an A. Japanese brand, Audio Technica. Same mic I use when I croon to hundreds of churchgoers on Sunday mornings. Well, same brand, not the same mic. Yeah. Anyway, it seems to work well. It picks up less of the room noise because it's not a big old condenser mic. More directional. "84 riders left in my group."
And I promise that still includes me.
Does it really?
I'm number 71. I had to wait for it to change because I couldn't tell you I was number 69.
Nice. Requisite warning.
What, you've taken my audio and put it on your live stream? Sounds like a poor life choice.
I'm using it to train my AI.
The snarky RideBot AI?
Yes. So James, you said you had the draft at 100% for this ride. What is it What's it normally at?
I'm saying all power-ups are drafts.
Oh. Okay. That makes a lot more sense to me. Like I thought okay.
Like equal chance of draft Eric ever.
Normally when he races you, he sets your draft to 10%.
That makes so much sense now.
No, I turn these draft power-ups into anvils. Only they work in the opposite way depending on what terrain you're on. Only works if you're going uphill.
So yesterday I put together a post. I don't know, it might actually be going live this morning. Is it going? Did it just go live? Please hold.
You're working on a fence?
No, Dad. Yeah, okay. I was just confirming. So the post went live half an hour ago on Zwift Insider. I wasn't sure when I had scheduled it. This week, I made a mistake in my event planning and ended up on Tuesday afternoon deciding to race the Tour de Zwift stage because that was the best race around, even though it's not a race.
Something else happens on Tuesdays.
Yeah, but it didn't for me. Anyway, so I raced on the outer Scotland route, which was fun because that's a former Rebel route that I created actually. So my first chance to ride it in game, which is super cool. And my whole goal is just to hang with the front group as long as I could. I wasn't sure I'd be able to even stick with the front for the whole thing because there was 500 riders signed up. But I ended up sprinting for a podium spot at the end and I finished third out of 600 plus riders. It was super fun. Of course, nobody else was racing except me, but let's not talk about that. But part of what I write about in that post was...
This is your intervention.
Yeah. Part of what I write about in the post is that I didn't realize there was a rider up the road who got first place because Zwift's UI for showing riders up the road isn't great, especially in larger groups.
100 meters, I think.
Yeah. Anyway, the guy that won, I'm like, his name seems kind of familiar, but not sure who it is. I look him up on Zwift Power. His name's Jaden Yeager. 5-time, he's the reigning U.S. Masters National TT champ. He's won the last 5 years.
What's his name?
Jaden Yeager.
Okay.
He basically weighs the same I do, a little, a kilogram less than me, 83 kg, but has a freaking FTP. Well, his ZFTP on Zwift is 411, which means his real FTP is probably even higher than that.
I hate the fuck is about the same perfection.
Anyway, I'm like, oh yeah, how was I going to beat that guy?
Yeah.
He's an A+ rated rider with like a 980 racing score or something crazy.
Congratulations for almost winning your group ride.
Yeah, thank you. That's what I was really looking for.
You remember that race I thought I did about a year ago where I thought I'd won the race, only it turned out someone had ghosted. Used the ghost power up even, and I hadn't seen it happen at all.
So that must... Did they use it... Was that before ghosts were disabled at the end, or did they use it earlier?
I used it earlier. You published the article on Zwift Insider.
Yeah.
I know he's not here, but I have information.
You got information for?
I have information. You're live streaming. I'm going to stop talking now. I've asked if we can remove the visibility of a coffee stop icon on anyone that's currently coffee stopping, based on how certain people feel about the coffee stop.
That's an interesting ask. Huh. Yeah. So you've asked, but they you don't have an answer yet whether it's going to happen?
I think there's a fairly high chance it'll happen.
Yeah. Interesting.
And it should calm down.
What you're saying is that, like, if I feel like I'm far superior to everybody, they should always be showing a coffee stop icon to prove to me how much better than them I am.
Yeah, and
What you
you're
mean?
just helping them through the ride.
Exactly. That wasn't the intent?
Four remaining. Use them while you got them. I'm just trying on different names for our group. Just seeing how it feels.
I am. How do I say this? Mind blank.
Snake group, coffee stop group.
I mean, it'd be a perfect replica of our Facebook Messenger chat.
Oh, I remember what it was. When you called it the bald group, I was offended you had taken off my cycling cap.
I wish they had a truly bald avatar in Zwift. They've got this lazy bald guy who shaved it a week ago. Look.
At work, when I'm getting ready to do a presentation, I'm like, hey, can you see my screen? My hair look good? Trick question, don't have hair.
Do you use those screen overlays that make it look like your eye is always looking at the camera and you have an incredible beard?
I would never use AI-assisted technology to make it appear that I'm working when I'm not.
Wink. I would say the riders are definitely too too tightly packed in the visuals here.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's exacerbated by the big wheels or not, but
I think it's exacerbated by my cookie choices.
Eric, what was our total start number after late drive?
236.
Yep, I
So,
see.
what was last week? 202 or around that?
It's a good question. Let me find out. I was trying to remember before this ride started what we were at last week. Please hold, and I'll pull up my own YouTube channel.
He's trying to pump his own view count.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Check out this sweet stream. You guys should see this. Looks like 180. Yeah, max out at 180.
What do you need to do, Eric? A 180, okay, nice. You basically just need to set the speed, go at 200 times, and then turn it into a YouTube short, and you'll get like 10 million views.
I probably should
if you could make the speed 200 times in game, then I'd be able to fit it into my late lunch hour. I can't quite fit in a 3-hour ride.
Well, you just got to ride faster. Or wait, I mean,
it has nothing to do with fitness. It's purely constraints outside of Zwift.
yeah. Well, another idea. This one's a little outside the box, but what if you change your time zone to an hour earlier? Just, I think you can do it on your computer. That should fix everything.
Yeah. I mean, I have no problem with starting a ride at 1 p.m. Was it 1 o'clock you started or thereabouts? I think it was about 1 o'clock. But yeah, I don't think I can quite fit in the 100k. I've got a meeting at 3 o'clock on a Thursday, which is my meeting, so I kind of have to be there for that.
Your AI work bot doesn't last for 4 hours?
Well, the thing is, like, most people in the UK get about 25 days holiday. All you need to do is take half of it every Thursday and you're fine.
There you go.
Yeah, that could work. Although then I'd have no days left to cover half term and school holidays, which would.
Who needs anything other than Zwift?
I'm notoriously terrible at taking time off work. So I end up taking every Friday from the start of November off onwards till the end of the year, which is quite nice.
Nice.
The PTO accrues and starts falling off. I worked at an employer once that would sell you back your vacation time.
There you go. I'd do that. Did they give you a good rate?
Yeah, there was, I think, rules on how much, and
Yeah.
but for them, it made sense because they were billing you to somebody else when you were working.
Yeah.
So they'd rather pay you and bill you out than only pay you and not bill you out.
Yeah. Makes sense to me. Got folks on Facebook chatting about the sauce overlays more. Yeah, it's most useful when racing for sure, but I like using the rider count. I don't even know what we call that, the overlay next to my rider list, but I like to see how big my rider group is and if there's riders up the road or chasing on. It's a good visualization tool.
And it still just does the packet sniffing technique?
Yeah. Yep. Nice pace here in the most beardly group.
Do not feel this is an accurate statement to make.
I was just about to admit that I'm planning when to use my coffee stop.
Are you going to use it on the climb out of Saddle Springs?
Maybe. Potentially.
The thing is, though, if you do that, you lose quite a lot of downhill.
That's true. There. It is a nice downhill afterwards.
Yeah.
I think I would use it on Well,
I don't find that
exactly
like
where I
I
am.
don't love the scram on the mountain bike. It's like the tolerances are a little weird. Like I feel like I'm always getting a little quick, but like I feel like on the road, it's not as demanding on the bike. You want the remote, Tom? Yeah.
I'm not sure what you were talking about at the beginning of that.
Kate Courtney's QOM on Let It Go Canyon.
I'm not even sure he's talking to us at this
I'm
point.
not even sure if it's the same video still. I just really started with.
He's not.
No.
You can mute him.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was going to say I would use the coffee stop exactly where I am at the moment, like the 2 to 3% climb into the desert.
The one that comes out of the tunnel. You're in the tunnel and then you climb out for a while.
No. The bit that goes from like old Watopia into Fuego.
Oh yeah,
Like,
from downtown Watopia
2%.
It's
Up
the
to
far
Titans.
right of the ride profile. It's the last climb. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
the part that really hurts on team time trials.
Oh god, yeah.
So murderous.
Having compared coming up this one to the one that took forever to get out of, like you come out and then you're on the dirt and then there's that long switch back up to before
Yeah, before the Italian
Yeah, see,
villas.
the Italian villas. That's the one that I'm planning.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Just dragged on. So it won't be an apples to apples comparison if I do more than 65 kilometers this week. But you can still make comments like, oh my gosh, you've improved so much. Clearly, we can see you're working very hard. Falling off the back.
Oh my gosh, Justin, you've improved so much.
Thank you. I don't know where you got the idea to say that.
I mean, clearly you can see you're putting in the work.
Because I was titling my ride after the ZRL time trial on Tuesday. I was like, I had the song Killing Me Softly come to mind.
Yeah,
Killing Me Softly with his pulls.
I know that feeling.
That's where I tried to link to that in Strava, and that's where I learned about 4 years late that Strava was scrubbing URLs.
Killing in the name of also works.
Yeah, I often get stuck in the TTTs on the wheel of the guy with the big watts. So I end up, putting in a 350 watt effort in his draft. And then I'm expected to go into the wind and do 375. Like, whew, this is not sustainable.
My situation is I'm usually probably putting out more watts than anyone on the team, but I have the lowest watts per kilo, and I'm barely holding on the back. Like, don't drop me, climb's coming.
Screenshot time.
So this ride is actually an extension of the daily one that I lead on weekdays at least, and I get drops. or almost dropped on every single hill.
The Drop James weekly ride.
Yeah.
Not the most photogenic group. Not so much because of
Photogenic course, to
the
be fair.
not so much because of the ugly avatars, but I think everything's too tightly packed, so it's just this sea of big white hand grips.
They're clearly way too big for human hands.
Yeah.
What's that? The condo what? Yeah. To drive to the base? Yeah. 30 seconds. Oh.
Well, driving to the base is better than driving to the top. I mean, if you're going to cut out a part of the ride.
Absolutely. We all agree.
Would never drive up the climb. That seems ridiculous.
I have two brothers-in-law who are mountain bikers, but I like to incessantly tease them because what they really are is downhillers.
Yep.
They drive to the top, coast down, then get a ride back to the top. That's for them. That's a good day out. If they have to climb up the hill, that's no fun at all.
My wife's a mountain biker. So is her brother and his wife. There's one time I was out riding a mountain bike with a buddy. It doesn't happen very often. And we ran into my brother-in-law and his wife on the same trail, got there at the parking lot at the same time. Complete coincidence. And we rode up. They did go up the mountain biking trail. And then they were all excited for the downhill. And I am the opposite of a downhiller. Like, I'm like scared. I suck at mountain biking, first of all. And second of all, I'm like, that's where you die.
Yeah.
So there was an alternate where you could climb a little further and then descend on the road. So I said, I'll race you. I'll take the road, you take the mountain. We'll see who gets to the car first. They beat me by like 10 seconds.
Nice.
So if I could have changed my bike for the downhill on the road, might have been a different story.
Yeah, sure.
I kept trying to get into the garage, but people were yelling when I tried to turn into their garage. I think it's just for a quick bike swap, I swear.
I'll even come to a complete stop. All right, what should we do at the top of the hour for in-game chat discussion? Could have another dad joke contest.
Everyone loves a dad joke contest, really.
Here's one for you.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Okay, so we are 1/3 done at 54 minutes.
Great minds think alike.
We're just about to hit 30k.
That means you'll be 242-ish finish.
Yep.
I think we are going to be almost exactly 3 hours.
Although you did have that other group slowing you down in the beginning, so might be faster.
He says that joke on every single ride.
Like, I think I've heard that one before. About a week ago.
Yeah,
Wait, did someone
he's been
just
on
drop a
my-
joke in the chat that I didn't see?
He's been on at least one of my rides in that time. He normally joins the Tuesdays when there's no BNC offshore adventure.
Ah, the old joking about being an alcoholic.
Yeah.
So a question for saucers. I think that's the correct terminology. You're a saucer.
Yeah, yeah. Currently a flying
Does it show
saucer.
you- Okay. Does it show you your current ride-on count?
Oh, no, I didn't set that up.
It's on the menu page.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
They have the stat.
Oh, yeah, I do. Yeah. 255.
Beast mode.
I can't read mine, but like after an hour, it's normally around 170, 180.
So- Before sauce, BS, as we will call it, we wrote an app to monitor the log file and count ride-ons and even write them to a file for overlays and live streaming. Still
Nice.
works.
You used to be
It
able
doesn't-
to do it live on the Zwift website until we brought out the feed page and then it stopped. Then I heard Roy's quite big on getting someone the first Jonesy.
seeing how much I can self-heat my office here. Started the ride at 62 degrees. Now we're at 66.
You tracking humidity too? Because I guarantee that's going up.
Yes, sir. Going up a bit faster. It was at, I think, 52 when it started. Now I'm at 61% for humidity.
I usually have a debate after my ride. Do I crack open the side garage door to bring the humidity down? But then it gets really cold. But it gets rid of humidity really fast. Or do I heat it to bring the humidity down so that it's warm when I start working? But it doesn't get rid of humidity. It's hot.
Yeah, I have similar debates.
It's also coupled with an internal debate on, is it currently peak usage rates for electricity or not? Which, interesting story on peak usage rates. My cousin and I recently switched to time of use billing plans to save on charging our EVs. And he got his first bill or two, and he was like, something's not right. Because Eric knows me. I will track everything to the 20,000th degree, spreadsheets, everything, no. And so he's like, yeah, their numbers don't line up with mine. So he dug into it. They had actually programmed the meter at his house with the incorrect schedule. So transition from peak to off peak is supposed to be at 8 p.m. here, but his was programmed for 9 p.m. and he had scheduled his car to start charging at 8:01.
So close. Was it a daylight savings time thing?
I haven't heard the root cause, but it sounds to me like it was just a straight up configuration error. But how could they? It seems like that would be a standard thing.
Yeah,
that they just figure out once and stamp out.
I would hope so.
So we had to go Karen on him. Be like, excuse me, my bill is wrong. And apparently it took them. They dragged their feet enough that he escalated. There's some state utilities board you can cry foul to. They'll fix it now. I guess they reprogrammed his meter, but they weren't taking ownership of the months they had built it.
No, I'll say all right, I gotta go. I'm just
Anyway.
Yeah. Our local utility here is called PG&E.
Yep.
And they have recently become famous, well, in the last 5 years, for
Forest fires?
for causing forest fires and getting sued for hundreds of millions of dollars and losing those lawsuits. So guess who's paying for that?
Yeah, exactly.
So
We've gone up.
electricity is $4 a kilowatt hour?
It's about 50 cents, which is crazy. It went up over 20% in 2023 and went up another 20% last year.
Can you not change?
No.
Usually
Okay.
there's you don't have choice in the States over electricity
Right.
providers, at least not usually.
Yeah, not usually. Yeah. So we installed solar on our house about a year ago because at those prices,
Yeah,
I mean, I set that up with Tesla with a power wall because even though those things are pricey, you work it out and it easily pays for itself.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I did the math and our power was 10 to 15 cents a kilowatt hour. Didn't make sense.
Stop it. Yeah, 10 or 15 cents. It doesn't.
And then with time of use, now the charge off peak is about 7.5, and peak is like 35. So
You can work it out, Jason.
Yeah, it's a mess with PG&E.
There should be laws against that, because I mean, realistically, they haven't suffered at all for being criminally negligent.
Yeah, well, there's a state utility board that has to approve.
And what the group say?
They have to approve
The
any
group say?
rate hikes.
Why do wheels come with a group set?
Lou S., I'm muting you just so you know,
Really?
'cause
I didn't know that.
you keep talking.
And so what about the wheels?
I was being nice, not muting him, but okay. Anyway, what was I saying? State utility board has to approve rate hikes. The problem is they did.
for you, Eric. He's not muted for everyone.
Yeah, it's not a server mute, mate.
Oh, sorry. Let me see. Yeah, I purposely didn't server mute him, but I think I can.
You should be able to.
Come on, baby.
Well, at least he appears to be in the ride.
Huh.
Okay.
Thanks, Luke.
Thanks. I can see I'm not alone in my coffee stop preference.
No, I mean, you're at a different part of the route to me, but I'm currently going up the roundabout climb using coffee stop.
The coffees have arrived as we climb up to the Italian villas.
I'm offended. I prefer a hot chocolate stop. I'll expect the complaint.
Yeah, I'd probably go for tea, to be honest. But, you know, thanks for opportunities.
I finally
Must
found
be-
the server mute option, but
Caffeine pushers. Oh.
did Lou say he had muted himself?
He acknowledged the fact that we could hear him and said, "I'll fix it."
Okay. I finally found the server mute button, but then you guys were thanking Lou, so I didn't use it.
Yeah, you have to right click on them in the desktop and go over the options, I think.
Yeah, I found it. Bunch of red options.
I may have timed the coffee stop perfectly to stop just as the downhill starts.
Well, you can also pedal out of it, right? I
Well,
guess you just
yeah,
want to
but then-
maximize. You don't want to waste it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't waste your coffee.
You do apparently still get drops.
Someone is at the front door.
Well, you get everything.
Oh,
Someone's at the front door.
yeah. Okay, I was wondering if you could hear that.
I didn't know you had a, what would we call that, a maid? I was gonna say butler, but that didn't seem right.
Mutler, maybe, is that the correct
Butler.
term?
Yeah, I think so.
No, that was the ring skill on an Alexa. Which is great because we redid our front door and we didn't have like a lot of visibility. So like our kids can't necessarily see who's at the front door, but also the front door can't really see in. So our kids never answer the front door. They just go to the Alexa and they're like, "Dad, it's a weird dude with a
Chainsaw.
with no, or it's usually a clipboard." I'm like, "Yeah, don't answer it." Clipboard? Yeah, they're selling something. The recent one was a salesman from I think he was a battery salesman trying to pump batteries in connection with the utility. Yeah, I got a deal with the power company. And I was like, "Oh, I'm not interested." He's like, "So tell me, is your power bill like $5 to $10?" I'm like, "Dude, don't even try that sales technique. Nobody's bill is that low. Like, the minimum is $10. I've seen, like, you can't, even if you overproduced all month long, your bill is still $10.
Don't even try that. He blacklisted your name from their call list. He knows too much.
That reminds me of a blacklisting story I have. I have stories for days. So we were preparing for a trip as a family. I have 5 kids, so it's a large family. And we were basically going to use backpacks instead of carry-on luggage, instead of like roller bags. And so found a brand that makes a really nice one. But I was trying to find deals, and so there was a guy on eBay selling them. They were like considerably less expensive and supposedly brand new with tags.
Amazing.
Okay, I'll give it a try.
What's the worst that could happen?
I didn't buy all 7 at once. I just bought one, and it came. And I bought some other stuff direct from their website. It was all good. And then I was like, okay, we go order the rest. And he ships like 1 or 2 or something. But then he goes, I'm sorry, I've had an emergency in the family and I cannot keep up with shipments. I'm going to refund you the rest of these orders. I was like, what? That can't possibly be true. It's so odd. Okay. So then 2 days later, I get an email from this brand. Dear Mr. Wagner, we've noted your account came up because of some fraudulent activity. We suspect got crossed with some eBay scam. Would you mind talking to it? Luckily, I had a friend that worked at this brand who I had talked to before buying stuff about and so the fraud department had talked to him when my name came up. They saw we were connected on LinkedIn. He's like, he's not the scammer you're looking for, but he'll talk to you. So the eBay guy would drop ship the item from the manufacturer to whoever bought it off of eBay, and then initiate a fraudulent return with an empty envelope and cut ties before the manufacturer figured it out and tried to get their money back.
Interesting.
Don't give me any ideas, listeners.
That's brilliant. We could make tens of dollars.
I mean, most items you were selling were in the $100 to $300 range. And they were all like bags, apparel, etc. Items that are often returned. He was hoping to fly under the radar.
Yeah.
We shut him down. And then after I helped him shut him down, the brand gave me a 40% off discount code. And I was like, why didn't we start with the 40% off discount code? We could have avoided this whole thing. Ugh. So the blacklisting was, that brand had me on a blacklist for a while because they saw that something shipped to my address had gotten fraudulently returned.
Yeah. Makes sense. So James, is it still the case in events that chat from the everyday riders, not the leaders, but everybody else, is proximity based?
Yeah.
Yes, because you guys are seeing things that I don't see.
Yeah.
You were commenting about jokes that I couldn't see.
So James, so as leaders, we see all the chat, and everybody sees our chat, but the wags of the world only see the chat that's near them.
Slowly, common folk.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I know a couple of years ago, I remember Zwift talking about,
computers and the leaders.
they were talking about changing how that worked to make it so everybody could see stuff. But
realistically, it's for stuff like Tour de Zwift, where you get thousands of people in a ride.
yeah,
Yeah. How do you fix that and not break everything else?
Probably an event tag.
Yeah, exactly. You should name the tag "Mute Them Foos."
mute that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Doesn't it seem, though, that it would make more sense to have it be dynamic? Because some rides, I mean, you might have a ride with 100 riders.
Your threshold would be
It's super chatty.
rider count or chatty volume.
Chatty volume, because that's all that matters, right? Like, you just don't want messages over messages. But if the chat volume is pretty
Stay
low,
on the mobile
Have you
app
not
screen
been
for
to
more
a-
than
have
3
you not-
seconds.
Have you
Turn it
not
off.
been to a BMTR ride, Eric?
say that again.
Have you not been to a BMTR ride?
I have.
Oh, wow.
They're pretty chatty.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think you should suppress theirs.
Yeah, yeah.
Change it to
Is that
10
right?
meters.
Also, the where the chat bubbles pop up needs to make more sense. Because they don't, like,
Yeah, yeah,
if
yeah.
riders are behind me, they're popping up in front.
Yeah.
So that's kind of weird too. Just seems like it could be
need
a
to
better
see-
experience.
I need to see the person who's chatting's head turn towards me and mouth the words. And like a speech bubble come up right next to their head.
Yes. Well, Casey Tucker is commenting on the Facebook live stream and he's in the ride. Well played, Casey.
Double dipping.
Yeah. Now, if he's live streaming himself,
Your live stream and live streaming a live stream of the live stream.
yeah.
Chatting on that live stream.
And we're talking about that live stream on the live stream.
Oh man. I think I forgot to use my draft power up right before that one. Total noob.
I haven't used mine yet. We'll see.
Flex.
That's when I know I start getting tired. That's what happened last week. I was like, oh, I don't need any power ups. And then about 90 minutes in, I thought, rules are made to be broken. We got a split in the James group. Should we take a informal in-game chat vote on opinions on using big wheels for this ride?
Yeah.
See what people think. They really need... Zwift needs a way to make a quick poll as a ride leader. Middle of the event. Just spin up the poll.
It blocks the rider's entire view until they answer.
Absolutely. No, the rider can steer or change their power output to scroll between different poll options. Don Allen, NV was not an option. Our processor cannot process your hanging Chad of a request. Unicycle. I'd support a unicycle.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes.
How fast
Unit.
are the hand cycles solo? Aren't they
Ouch.
okay solo but awful in a group?
They're okay on flats, bad on climbs. Let me look up my article about it because I don't remember exactly how they compare. Let's see. So their aero performance slightly edges out the fastest road frames.
Okay.
Just barely, basically tied with the S-Works Venge and DT Swiss disc wheels. The problem is, let's see, there's some nuance though.
From the feedback I received when we first launched them, I believe they draft quite badly.
Yeah, there's something about the drafting.
Because we should. Because you're really low to the ground.
An upright bike cannot draft a hand cycle. A hand cycle can draft another hand cycle. A hand cycle will get half the drafting effect when drafting an upright bike.
There you go.
Can a triple stamp double stamp a triple stamp?
Hand cycle stamp can hand cycle stamp a upright stamp.
and taking copious notes.
Yeah. So yeah, basically in a group ride, they're slower. In a solo test, they appear to be competitive with the fastest bikes, but this is not a solo test.
So if we had everyone on hand bikes, it'd be fine because they get the same amount of draft from the bike in front because they're hand bikes and not.
So I think I know the solution to your data collection problem. You need to do the same event every week and require the exact same people to show up and do the exact same output every time.
Sure. So James, are you on a good mic now? Because it seems like your voice is still sort of quiet and garbly.
Oh, really? Okay. Sorry. Same mic.
Are we mic shaming now?
No, his voice was kind of quiet, and then Wags, you kind of talked. You came in and talked while he was still talking, so I wasn't even sure if it was so quiet you weren't hearing it, or if you're just incredibly rude.
I'm just loud and rude, that's all.
Your voice is definitely louder than his in the Discord mix.
Yeah.
I have no idea where mine's at in that mix.
I use a Blue Yeti,
Yeah.
and I do feed it through whatever the RTX voice is called now.
Broadcast, is that Broadcaster?
It might still actually be on this computer. Wait, no, I think I got a newer graphics card. Older cards still had to use the RTX app. Newer ones is called NVIDIA Broadcast.
Yeah. I feed mine through the Crisp app. Like, I actually pay for Crisp instead of just using the Discord version of it because I found it to work really well. I like it more than the broadcast noise suppression.
Actually, you know what? I take that back. I think I'm just using Discord. Hold on. Let me look at the name of the input to Discord.
Eric, how far from your bike do you keep your microphone?
My mic is about a foot away from my face.
Okay. Yeah. I would have done that this week, but I thought after I'd found out that this Discord was using the wrong microphone, it might have actually been okay on my headset, but evidently not.
Oh, nope. I am using NVIDIA Broadcast. I lied. It's just so automatic. I haven't thought about it in a long time.
I just realized I haven't eaten anything today, and it's almost an hour and a half in. It's a bad thing.
I had 6 slices of pizza
Nice.
because I'm about to burn 7.
Today, I brought a package of Stroop
and
waffles.
had a whole large pizza.
He woke up early and yes, pre-fueling with pizza. I'm going to Stroop waffles today. Love me a good Stroop waffle.
I just had some strawberry shot blocks.
Nice. Those are good.
Usually reserved for racing because they're really easy to pop in my mouth.
Yeah. Yeah, and you can kind of suck on them for a while.
Not in a race.
Have you ever
I think it's in a race.
ridden outdoors and stuck them on the top of your frame?
No, I have seen it done.
I did that before. That's fun. All right, next chat question.
Wrong answers only.
Samson just called me fat. Escargot. Oh, could you imagine? Refueling with the pizza.
I mean, if we count like the last month, then absolutely I've been pre-fueling with pizza. That's why I'm here.
A month of carb loading. Man, I forgot how good Stroop waffles are. Haven't had them for a while. So tasty. Even better if you set them on top of a hot cup of coffee. They warm up the way they were meant to be eaten.
How was your ride experience? Well, besides being shamed by a Zwift employee.
That has a penchant for coffee stopping.
He said his name was like Eric Min. I didn't really catch it. I don't know. Yes, we are wearing cleats. Thank you.
$52 riders left in the front group.
Yeah, I'm position 90 now, whereas I was 150 earlier.
Dropping like flies.
Down, pass it around. 51 riders left in the group. You know how I know my family is left to take the kids to school? My music stopped. Because Spotify started playing on my account in the car before my wife changed it to her driver profile.
Still dark outside here in NorCal. Just starting to see some dim light peeking over the silhouette of our local volcano.
And hilariously, it'll be almost dark by the time I finish, if not dark.
That's because you live in the future.
Yeah.
Always wanted to go back to the future. That's what you call going to the UK?
Yeah.
Going back to the future? The only light at the end of my tunnel is I have to stop at 2 hours for work. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Don't ask my coworkers.
That's
Man, you-
very conveniently similarly timed to last week, which was
Yeah.
definitely distance-based.
I'm just trying to keep you on your toes.
James, do you have a Zwift meeting that you're having to hurry to not miss this week?
No, I mean, this route's quite a lot quicker, and
Yeah.
I don't have a meeting.
Sorry, I'm late. I was, like keeping the paychecks coming in. Jeez, guys.
I was completing 3 hours of customer engagement. What were you doing in that time?
Yeah. 60K down, 40 to go.
Oh, you got a good 7 kilometer lead now.
I think I'm officially over my COVID weirdness. My post-COVID elevated heart rate and smell not working.
About the normal weirdness, is that just a lifelong thing?
Yeah. That's just my cross to bear.
Did you say lifelong or wife-long?
Yes.
Not touching that.
I've definitely got some lifelong weirdness. Sorry, honey. I wonder if she's awake and listening from downstairs. We'll find out because I'll get a text soon. Or she'll show up in the live stream. Give me bunny ears.
Say, hey, your chores aren't done. You can't be on the computer. Oh, wife, not mom. Sorry. Like, but I programmed the robot vacuum once. Isn't that what I was supposed to do?
We bought a robo vacuum a few years ago and did our best to use it for about 6 months. But that freaking thing it's found ways to mess stuff up.
Okay.
We'd show up, we'd turn it on and leave the house, show up, and we're like, where is it? It would be stuck under the bed somewhere, knotted up in shoelaces.
So I'm about 1 week in with a Robo-Rock. I'm very impressed. Now, obviously, I was warned to not leave shoelaces or cords laying around. But other stuff, it does a pretty good job. But I fully anticipate if I left a landmine of shoelaces, it would be game over.
Yeah.
I just pay someone to clean the house.
Me too. I just pay him once, and then little by little, however much the battery and water charges cost.
Have you seen the videos of like the Robovac that attempted to clean the house after the dog had pooped on the floor?
Oh. I haven't
Pretty
gotten
hilarious.
brave enough to do blind schedules that just start whenever. I'm still doing like a quick pickup in that room, send the robot there, kind of stuff.
Yeah, well, drop a dog poop in the middle and let her rip. See what happens.
We don't have a dog, but I think I could recreate the scenario.
Yeah, yeah. You have kids. Close enough.
The last lap around, I engaged coffee stop at the base of the, we come out of the tunnel, there's a flat dirt and then it kicks up again.
Yeah.
So I engaged it at that kick up after the dirt, and it lasted like almost exactly to the peak.
I would have thought that was longer. What is it, a 3 minute? Is coffee stop 3 minute? Huh. I didn't realize that climb took so long. We got 8 Zinners off the front. See if we can pull them back. Yeah, see, like with the level of chat in this group, it would make sense for everyone to be able to see every message.
Yeah. Great.
I agree. There's a threshold. It's just, I think there's more than just technologically measurable factors that you could use for a completely automatic one.
Yeah.
Like culture of the group ride.
All right, front group's back together, 50 riders.
That just so that I won't participate.
So that you'll have to hold on for an extra 1 minute. Yeah, I didn't want to end.
He didn't want to lose again to me. The winner has to do an extra lap solo. That was a joke we did way back in the day with, remember movie trivia, Eric? In the
Yeah.
wagon?
Yeah.
And the joke was, I think we were doing Richmond Flat, and we said, if you get the trivia question wrong, you have to turn and go do the other part of Richmond by yourself, and then find the group again.
Yeah. Seems fair.
It seems cruel and unusual.
Cobbled climbs reverse. Group shots are looking a little better now that we're spread out. Someone's using a coffee stop.
I do think coffee stops should allow you to at least lightly spin,
Yeah.
because I always spin my legs while drinking coffee.
Yeah. You don't want to not spin if you're on the bike. Should be like a
Absolutely fine with that, to be honest.
50 watt or 100 watt cutoff. Add that to the request list, James. While they're tweaking the coffee stop.
It'll go right in the same bucket as late join longer than 30 minutes.
Right in the same bucket.
James probably doesn't know that reference. So for the wagon, that was a 3-hour long endurance ride, the notion was, hey, come and join as you please if you have an hour, half hour, whatever. And so we always asked to have 3-hour late join for 5 years. I don't know, whatever. And it was always...
I put that in the same bucket as being able to teleport back to yellow.
Yeah.
Both of those would make such a big difference.
You can already teleport to anybody, but maybe you can... You can't use that in a group ride, can you?
No.
You just teleport?
No.
Okay, just in free ride.
Yep.
So instead, everyone just cheated on their weight. I mean, nobody ever did that in the wagon.
You remember the underground races from the top of the Alp? Speaking of cheating on weight, but cheating in the opposite direction. Good times.
That was one of the first rebel routes, right? It was like one person did the dirty work of getting there, and everybody did a ride with to get to the top of the Alp.
Yep. And then who can get to the bottom fastest?
It's like the guy who rode up to the top should automatically win.
Did TT bikes end up winning that?
I don't recall, honestly.
Yeah.
But I do remember people competing on that downhill segment on Strava for a while. And we were like, quickly figured out the height thing. And
yeah. Bunch of grossly overweight midgets on TT bikes.
With a constant 400 watt output on their dumb trainer.
What would make that really interesting is if Zwift started doing the auto braking into corners.
Yeah.
Right?
It's just 21
Then there would actually be some
sprints.
skill.
Like everyone would be sticky bossing.
Oh my gosh. I just saw my avatar stand up in the trike. That was interesting to say the least.
Apparently, it's even better if you have trike, big wheels, dino costume.
I'm sure.
Sorry, big heads, and dino costume.
Do the big heads like stick out of the dino costume?
I don't know. I've never done it, but one of our QA guys said it's something to behold.
Because I think the small heads, I think our faces stick out of the dino costume, right?
Yeah.
So big. Yeah, who knows what that looks like?
Four to six riders in the lead group. 4 to 6 riders in the lead. Take a sprint, pass one down.
45 riders in the lead group. Everybody now.
40 riders in the lead group. It passes 2 hours. 20 riders in the lead group. Actually, the joke on early days of Zwift was people would only last for 60 minutes. Like, you'd do a race that would be like 70 or 80 minutes long. And like everybody who'd like work thing, they'd be like 60 minutes, just like, instantly. So we were like playing longer rides just to do better.
And Wagner, your avatar is yoked. His biceps. His biceps are amazing. I don't even know how you fit in that jersey.
What they don't know is the weight's actually in the belly and the legs. They're actually chicken wings.
Zwift has always been very flattering. But you have avatar choice now, you know, Justin. You could be a skinny climber avatar. You can dance if you want to.
Are you saying I could drink whole milk if I wanted to?
Yeah. You're only drinking 1% because you think you're fat? So you could drink whole milk.
James, do you know that reference?
No.
Anybody else? Know the whole milk reference?
Napoleon Dynamite, of course.
Yes, Lou. Lou's on top of it. Was Napoleon Dynamite not a hit in Britain, James?
Not that I'm aware of.
Yeah.
I'll just describe it as dumbest movie ever.
Yeah, it's fair.
Somehow entertaining though.
My at the time my whole family was talking about how good it was. So my grandparents decided to go to it. They were so offended. They were like, "Why would you even put us through that?"
Yeah, old folks definitely don't get it. You got to be in the mood for sure. Justin or Lou, did you guys ever watch Gentlemen Broncos?
I haven't heard of that. No.
No,
I think it's the same directors as Napoleon Dynamite. I'm pretty sure.
I just saw Ladylike Ponies.
They like, yeah. Gentlemen Broncos is, I mean, it's similar in the fact that there's not really a story being told. There's lots of quotable lines.
Straight up my alley.
Yeah, it's a goofy movie.
So would Dumb and Dumber be considered like classic, like good because there's a storyline?
Yes, Dumb and Dumber's definitely a higher level in the pantheon.
Kind of sophisticated compared to Napoleon Dynamite.
Samsonite, I knew it.
When we finally let our kids watch Dumb and Dumber when they were, let's say, 7th grade, 8th grade or so, throughout the whole movie, they're like, "That's why you guys say that. I've heard that one." 50 quotes that have made it into our everyday chat.
I just saw a clip from that movie on Instagram of the Hawaiian Tropics bus.
Oh, yes.
Oh my god.
You idiot. Do you realize what you've done?
The town is that way.
My son was about somewhere between 8 and 10, I forget exactly, when I first introduced him to Dumb and Dumber, because we had just bought him a cockatiel, and the jokes, "You sold Petey to a blind kid," started coming out.
Yes.
So I had to show him the sequence. And he's like, "Wait, why did it cut to black for that section and you heard a crunch?" They were eating Captain Crunch.
I just thought he was really quiet. Pretty bird. Pretty bird.
There was a restaurant called Pretty Bird, and my brothers went to Pretty Bird and were making jokes about Pretty Bird. For you, Eric, yes, that's true. For me, I will have graduated from the 238 calorie slice to about 250 calorie slice. That's good enough for me. Don't be fooled. We all know how you win. It's not by getting 10s.
We'll see if anyone was paying attention last week. All right, 2 water bottles down. Kind of forgot to drink today too, so do a little more of that. Huh. 20 seconds early.
They knew everybody was watching.
And Bax rates it a 10. Excellent.
Must be the proximity thing. I see nothing on the chat, and you guys are all laughing your asses off.
I said, dad joke. Eric Slonge. I'm out.
Yeah, I'm realizing the joke thing might not work that great in this ride because we're too spread apart. Not like the volcano circuit.
Yeah.
Bummer. We need to see everybody's chat. I can see it. I could just rate them. I could retweet every joke.
I'm very partially sighted. With this event, yeah, absolutely. Only 572 XP to the next level, and I withheld the urge to keep riding. You're right. That's right.
Jason, I'm very blind. I have very limited eyesight.
Is that a James? Were you born with poor eyesight, or is it something that developed over time?
I'm a type of albino, which is essentially caused by both my parents being blonde, but like the chance of that happening are minuscule. But yeah, I was born with it.
I think this is the last time I'm coming to your ride, Eric. My Garmin tells me my FTP dropped.
Condolences.
No, I'm not recognizing that. Clearly, FTPs only go up.
Recognize. FTP can only go up. Weight can only go down. That's the rule on Zwift.
I don't know. I've reached the 45 kilogram bottom limit. I've been putting in the request to allow lower weights, but it's been heretofore unfulfilled. Same bucket as 3 hour late ride, late join.
Same bucket. Maybe it's just James and I that get to vote for jokes since we're the only ones that get to see them all.
Yeah.
So that one was
Zwift. Killing group rides since 2017. See? Try to have fun.
Another thing I remember, Justin, from the wagon was guys who would log in who weren't riding just to make jokes the whole time. There's always one or two ODZ guys like, no, I didn't want to ride today. I'm just here for the chat.
Do you know the Justin Lester story?
I don't think so.
Okay, I have to go, but put a feather in your hat cap. There's a long involved trolling story about a fictitious man named Justin Lester, played by Dr. Chris Haskell. It's epic.
Excellent. All right, Justin Lester.
Okay.
I'll try to remember.
See you guys.
See ya.
Yes, 30 to go.
My average wattage so far is only 200, a little below last week. But I don't know. It feels just fine to me.
I'm 156 for 3 coffee stops. So probably 165. Bye, though.
Time for a second stroop waffle.
You guys working on K or miles?
I don't think I heard that question.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if that question was for us or not. Couldn't quite tell what he said.
That was for us.
What was the question?
I was just saying, like, if you guys working on kilometers or miles.
I still couldn't understand what you said. Your voice garbled right at the important part.
Do we work on?
I'm with my AirPods, but I was saying, like, do you guys like riding miles or kilometers?
I always use kilometers.
That's my.
Yeah, I'm a kilometer guy on Zwift.
Yeah, because like you guys from, I think guys from England or I don't know where, but even like United States, still on miles.
So up until quite recently, if you ride in kilometers on Zwift, you get a very slight amount more XP than you do if you use miles.
I hear you.
About 6 months ago. So riding in kilometers, you level up faster.
Oh, I see. Do you guys remember last year, at pretty much the same time of the year, like level up, like going so fast? I don't remember why, but you were like getting level like more faster.
Yeah, we changed how the leveling system works. It was designed to encourage newer Zwifters to ride more often.
I see. That's a nice ride. Eric, you had 20 left. Only 20 left.
Yep, we're at 80.7K.
I had misconnection at first, so I couldn't get you guys. You were like 40 seconds in front of me. I could get back to to James, but not you guys.
You missed the train.
I missed the train, but I have like a good group here. I have like a good guys.
Yeah.
I'm, I'm at 63 right now, which is like we're a bunch of guys like riding good. No guys is trying to push too far. I mean, like it's good.
Yeah. As long as you have a group to ride with, that's all that matters.
Yeah, so we don't have snow here. I'm living in Quebec City in Canada, man. It's crazy this year. We don't have snow at all, even for cross country skiing. Usually, I do more cross country skiing during winter, but it's crazy. Tonight, I'm living close to Mont Saint Anne, which is like a ski area.
I've been there. I skied there in 1997.
Yeah, there are several mountain bike World Cup there. And I'm telling you, it's so icy right now.
Huh.
It's funny because like when we're gonna get ready to jump on bike on the road in April, it's gonna start snowing. We're gonna have like couple of snowstorms, 8 snowstorms. It's crazy. Oh, we lost the guy.
Sun is almost up over here. It's about to peek out from behind the mountain.
Sunset for us is in 1 hour and 3 minutes.
Just one left.
Eric, you can't be that far from finishing now.
15.7 kilometers left.
Okay. So you're looking what, 2 hours 40?
Yeah, I think right around.
We are going to be a smidge over 3 hours.
Fast route though, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. It felt like the time went by a lot faster this week than last week, for me at least.
Yeah. I definitely feel better this week than I did last week.
That's good.
I don't know if that's got anything to do with the fact we had like the volcano hell 25 times, but
Realized my music was off.
Hmm.
Let's see what's going on. I was wondering why it was so quiet.
Yeah, final hour syndrome as well, I think.
Yeah, for sure. "41 riders left in the front group."
Still a good size.
Yeah,
Think
definitely.
we've got about 20.
Definitely a bigger group than I had at this point last week. James, did you see my post about on-demand time trials?
Oh yeah, we saw.
What do you think of that idea?
You're recording me.
Yeah.
Honestly, my view, which may not necessarily be Zwift's view, is that there would be quite a lot of development resource required for something that only affects a subset of the subset. So, let's say 15 to 20% of the Zwift population rate, maybe 5 to 10 of those would time trial. Zwift Power wouldn't support it. The game wouldn't support it. Honestly, I really like the idea, and it's something I thought of about 3 years ago. We just don't have the functionality for it, and there are a number of other things we could do for racing that should be considered significantly more high priority.
Fair enough. What's one thing that you would put at a higher priority for racing?
Points in game.
Points, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Skill verification in game.
Duels.
Elimination racing.
Elimination racing, yeah.
Like my number one, which we don't talk about very often, is neutralized starter races.
Yeah, that's never been a big deal for me, but a lot of people seem to want it.
So I think it would be the one biggest thing we could do to improve the experience for a first-time racer, because most people don't know you have to be pedaling in the pen, and certainly unless they've been told, they don't know how fast a race will start.
Yeah.
So actually, if you neutralise that, they're not going to get dropped straight away. So their experience is automatically improved, and they'd be more likely to come back and race 2, 3, 4, 5 times a month, and actually find out that they really enjoy the experience. Oh, I'll go and find a team. I'll join ZRL, and all of a sudden, rather than having a significant proportion of racers that only do one race, you've then got a significant proportion that do 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, it's a good point.
It's not an improvement for your people who have raced a number of times,
Yeah.
but actually it should theoretically improve the density of people who race on Zwift, because their first experience has been better.
Yeah, I could see that.
Again, all in my opinion, and not necessarily that held by the company.
Yes.
You and your bloody live streams. The thing that you also need to think about, Eric, is like time trial is such a niche. Your popularity in the UK is higher just because we're a bit of a strange breed, but you're probably talking like 10% of people that race and only 15% of people on Zwift race in the first place. So like 1.5% of people on Zwift for something that would be a significant change.
I think I wouldn't necessarily present it as a time trial.
Yeah.
Present it as the challenge course of the week. Turn in your fastest time. Because I'm not a big time trialer either, but just the idea of having a 20K course and seeing my leaderboard result, I would do it.
I 100% understand the concept. Problem is, presently, Zwift Power doesn't do anything with activities.
Yeah.
So
It wouldn't work on Zwift Power.
Yeah, so it'll only show events, which obviously this is on demand, so it would be an event. And we currently don't have full lap segments in game, and the way the segments in game work, it's like obviously only segment times in the last hour by people who are still online. So that would need a lot of work as well. And also, it would have to be able to determine who was on a time trial bike. Like by entering the challenge, or it could be something on the home screen. Again, more development work that would force you onto a time trial bike. I think it's just a lot more work than it actually sounds.
I don't know that you need any segment time thing in game. You just need to record the riders' finishing time on the designated route and force them onto a TT bike. It seems like the only two things that for sure have to happen. And then it's creating the leaderboard on the website. It's kind of the other big piece. At least if you're just kind of trying to create a minimal viable product.
Yeah, and all of those things in principle sound simple, but aren't.
Yeah.
I do genuinely like the idea because I'm a big fan of time trials.
One thing we need to fix on these Tron bikes is the back wheel being sunk a foot into the ground.
Yeah.
A little goofy.
Yeah, let's see if they don't get used very often. But yes, that would be good.
Like they didn't scale the rear wheel down enough. For a bit of a push.
It doesn't sound like a PR on the last lap. At least not the whole lap.
Nah. I'm just bumping it up to like 3 watts per kilo. Just a little something. Yes, James, I did say that, and that was the problem. I wasn't willing to drop it.
Yeah.
I did the ramp test to start it, like they said to. And the ramp test overstates my FTP, but I went with it for science. But it was tough.
Oh, I bet. Some of those unicorns are not friendly. I'm like, the ones that tell you, oh yeah, just stand and do this for 5 minutes. I'm like, well, I'm definitely not doing that. I'm just going to stay happily seated. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I didn't always obey the cadence requirements.
Cadence I was generally okay with, but I find it really hard to stand for more than a minute.
Yeah. I think there was one workout of the whole thing where I pulled the plug, but there was probably 5 where I so badly wanted to pull the plug and thought, I don't think I'm going to be able to finish this. Mental battle.
The best type of workout is one that you think halfway through, I can't do this. And then in the end, you just can.
Yeah. Which is why I love Zwift races, because I often think that about halfway through.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot I was supposed to be pushing in pace. Oops. I'm sitting in here drafting, talking about Zwift races. Got somebody off the front we got to catch now. Got a guy sprinting at 8+ watts per kilo. $900 meters to go. Finish line is just before the left-hand turn onto Fuego. Apparently, I didn't have the headphones either.
Huh.
Just unlocked them.
Excellent. They were the one thing I kept on trying to spin for. I just could not get them.
Yeah, I think that's a good route for 100K.
Yeah.
That route was created by, what was the guy's name? Ryan, with the Velocity Vixen, Velocity Foxes. Goldstein, Ryan Goldstein. Longtime Zwifter. I actually met him at the LA Velodrome for the CVR World Cup.
Right.
The last time there was a CVR World Cup, he was one of the racers. I think he's from the Chicago area.
Okay.
But that was actually, Watopia's Waistband was the first Rebel route ever added to the game. It was his original idea.
Nice. Quickly go.
Oh, Goldenberg. That was Ryan's last name. Ryan Goldenberg. I was close.
Yeah, I don't recognize the name.
Let's see if I can find him. Look him up on Zwift Companion.
Which one was McAfee's? Was that Seaside Sprint?
No, Seaside was mine. He was the what was it called? Downtown Titans, I think was his.
Oh, really? Okay.
I think so. Might have been Eastern 8, but see if I can. Yeah, it was Downtown Titans. Confirmed. All right, Ryan Goldenberg, level 93. Last rode 16 hours ago. Saw Strava activity from John Mayfield yesterday. He was riding on Zwift using the Apple Vision Pro headset. And he posted a video in the Strava activity of like his view. It's pretty cool. Just like it's a big virtual screen basically in front of you of the game. Looked pretty good. I commented and he said he's used it a few times, but basically he just uses it for zone 2 rides. I'm assuming because of the sweat, although he didn't say that.
Yeah.
He said it's good because it forces him to keep his effort level low when he's doing a zone 2 ride. He says it's really cool though, having the big screen right there.
Mm-hmm. Wonder how much they'll cost.
Dude, those things are pricey. I think they start at like $3,500.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm surprised it's not higher.
Yeah, and that's a starting price too. I don't know, like, if it's any good for that price. I'm sure they have fancier ones, as Apple likes to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing the tech they've built into those, though. The number of processors and cameras.
Whatever happened to Google Glass? I thought that was going to be like a complete game changer.
I don't know. I haven't heard much about it.
Well, they discontinued it years and years ago, but like when they released it, I thought, wow, that's going to be incredible.
Yeah. Yeah, because it was just like the little glasses, right? It wasn't big old goggles you had to wear.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
basically just like your sort of normal cycling sunglasses.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
I thought they would really take off.
Well, that's my lap officially done.
Well done. We've got 9.5 to go.
Nice.
Well, I've just finished my final stuff.
Let's see. I'm gonna turn off the live stream.